part 2 of dealing with a narcissistic boss. You can go and check that video out on my channel. But in-depth detail of more what happened. So my boss was going on vacation for 2 weeks. He left me in charge, which I felt thankful and appreciative of for doing that. And I was super grateful that I felt good about myself for being in that power position. That I made sure everything looked perfect. The whole facility, made sure the towels were put away, the mirrors were clean, laundry, everything looked great. And I asked my boss several times, hey, may I get a schedule for clients you want me to cover, stuff like that, things you want me to cover. And he never responded to my texts. And he was kind of the guy, one of those guys that always thought I knew or assumed without him telling me. It was weird. Like, how could you know something if no one ever tells you or assumes you know? He was that way. So the week comes by, he leaves for vacation. I start training his clients, during the week. Then I get a phone call from him about 2 days in from his vacation. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? I'm not fucking happy. This is not professional. How dare you? You stood up to this dude. Fuck you, man. This is very unprofessional of you. At the time, I was shocked. For one, this guy did not tell me. This guy never sent me an email or sent me a text of clients to cover during that time at all. He just thought I assumed like that. And it turns out I did miss a client, but I had no idea I was supposed to train him. And a week prior, I asked, hey, may I get a schedule of all your clients so I could remember? And this guy, I was pissed off because this guy yelled at me like that. This is in such a disgusting way. And I'm like, well, I didn't say anything on the phone. I was just like, I take full accountability. I was being a good boy. I take full accountability of this. I'm not. Then things went from there. But just the amount of this disgustingness that came out of his mouth. And it wasn't like him giving me constructive feedback. And I can take constructive feedback, and I can take people yelling at me if it's like for my best interest. That was just disgusting the way he talked to me. Like, fucking disgusting. And I consider this guy like close, boss. He's my martial arts instructor as well. I consider him family in somewhat aspects. So that was a moment that changed that dynamic of that job for good. I couldn't get it off my chest for months. And that's how pissed off I was, because you didn't tell me, motherfucker, you never told me to schedule a week prior, then you got mad at me. Like, fuck you, man. But this guy, during that job, when he got back from vacation, things got kind of better, I guess. Not like great, but when I got back from vacation, he'd gaslight me in front of other clients, where he'd be like, to my clients personally, after I made sure the entire facility looks like amazing, cleaned, everything's put away, emails sent. Well, I didn't send an email, no emails sent. Well, I never sent emails to begin with at this job, so no. But in front of my clients, he would say, oh, Max can't do that. He doesn't know how to clean chicken shit. I just sat there 5 feet away from him, and I was like, the fuck did you just say? I didn't say anything in that moment. I should have, but the fuck? Are you fucking serious? This guy lived on his facility too. He slept in every day while I cleaned this place. Well, I bent over fucking backwards to keep this place looking tidy. I get there at 6:45, 7 o'clock, mop the floors, clean the mirrors, feed chickens. We had chickens there too, so I had to make the chicken food, put it in a basket and a bucket and mix it and feed them. And of course they shit everywhere, so you have to like kind of spray it off the hose. And I did that. I did everything of it. So this guy was literally looking for every milligram of excuses to make me feel like shit. And after all I done for him, that was so backstabbing to me. I blew that off. I said to myself, maybe I'm just being sensitive. I'm like, okay. I decided to treat him with extra kindness. Hold on, my neck's a little tight. So he followed me on Instagram too. I get several remarks from him in front of his clients. So when I observed him train clients, I'd be sitting in the room kind of like taking notes. And he followed me on Instagram too. And on my Instagram at the time, I posted some guitar videos of me playing. And he was apparently a good musician in the past. And I never bragged or bought myself up too much about like what I like to do and my interest in guitar. He just followed and looked, I guess. And then suddenly he said to his client, like, oh, this guy, he doesn't know how to play. To me, he's talking about me. He said to his client, oh, he doesn't know how to play. Now I'm like, I do. Like, what? Why would he bring that up? I never. That's so unnecessary. It's probably jealousy. Just trying to gaslight me again, make me feel like I'm nothing. But this was a little tricky boss, because at the same time he was, you know, a martial arts instructor. He was like teaching people how to like train, fight, and get in shape. So I thought maybe if he wants that for me, maybe he's not a narcissist, or maybe he has my best interest. So I kept saying that to myself, even though he was doing this stuff to me. I might have mentioned this in another video, but another time was with I was getting ready for my client. It was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I show up at 4:45. I get there. My client comes in a little early. I greet him, hey man, how's it going? Let's warm you up. Then my boss comes in through the other room and says, dude, I was trying to call you. Where were you? I'm like, oh, you did? I pulled out my phone. I go through my recents. Nothing was there. This guy was totally gaslighting me. He said, I tried calling you. You didn't answer your phone. He's like, you gotta be making sure you're checking your phone on time, Max. And I'm like, you didn't call me. And maybe my phone didn't have a bad signal or nothing. Yeah. Fucking disgusting. Trying to gaslight me like that. He wasn't trying to call me. He wasn't trying to contact me. He's trying to make me look stupid in front of my client to make himself look superior. That's what it was. Yeah, and some days he would be super kind to me, like, hey, let me buy you some coffee, man. I'm like, awesome. We had a good time getting coffee, and we just had some fun interacting. Good day. Next day was not the same. His mood would change from love bombing to just being mean, passive aggressive, and just had like a blank face like this.